Alrighty folks, so what we have here is our top, and this is, I'm not sure how you pronounce it actually. I don't know if it's Zeracote or Zeracote or something like that, but we're going to get our book match seam as flawless as we possibly can, and I just want to show you my way of doing it. So really all you need, obviously your top, and then I got a piece of melamine shelving. Actually, I think it's from Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that, but you want to have something that is nice and flat, ideally. And then I have a fret leveling beam here with some 320 grit sandpaper on it, because this has already been mostly jointed, but we would just want to get that gap to disappear. And then, oops, sorry, jostled the camera there. Just some painter's tape, and I'll show you why here in just a second. So we want to take our book match, and we're just going to line these edges up as best we can. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this tape, and this will all make sense here in just a minute. So just make sure I still got you in the shot there. Alright, so what we want to do is line up each face of this as best we possibly can. You can just, kind of use your fingernail or your finger and just feel those overlapping edges. So try to get that as best as I can get it there. And then the other side. Yeah. And then we're going to secure it with just a couple more pieces of tape. Just to make sure it doesn't move around on us. Feel those edges again. Looks pretty good. Actually, let me secure this side a little bit more. Okay. Alright, so really easy. Now that we've got our book match lined up as best we can, all we're going to do is take our sanding beam here, place it against the book match and against the melamine, and all I'm going to do is go back and forth. And then usually what I'll do is take and flip it over just in case this beam didn't get the very bottom edge. And all we're going to do is just keep repeating this until you can see and feel that both edges are absolutely perfectly aligned with each other. I don't know if I had mentioned this, but I got 320 grit sandpaper on here because I'm trying to keep that seam really, really tight. And this is, sorry the lighting is so bad. More or less what you're looking for and feeling is that there is no seam whatsoever. And what you can do, let me grab a pencil here real quick. Just to ensure that you have gotten every little spot. You can mark both sides with a pencil and keep on sanding until you see no pencil marks. So we'll see what that looks like here. So if we got a little bit left on that edge. You just want to make sure you go all the way in both directions. You don't want to work it in just one spot. So we got a little bit left right here, and we're just going to keep on going until that disappears. But I can already tell you right now, once I press these together, I can't feel anything right here. Nothing at all. So I prefer this method to using any kind of hand planes or a jointer. You can use a jointer to get it close, but then once you're close, you definitely want to use some sandpaper, because in my opinion, there's no better way to get a seam like this. I don't know if you can see that, but there is no seam in between the two. You can't feel it. If you press hard enough, you can barely even see it. So we're going to keep on going. Let's get these pencil marks out. Like I said, this is the best method I've found. I'm sure somebody in the comments section will let me know there's a better method, but this works for me. In the past, I used to use a jointer and a jointer alone, and it was never exactly what I was looking for. So yeah, it looks like the pencil mark's gone. So actually, let me hit that just a touch more. And I'm just putting a little bit of sideways and downward pressure with both hands, just to keep everything secure. Normally I would have this clamped down, but for the purposes of video, I do not. So, yeah, that's good. Alright, so now we just need to remove the tape. Let's see what we got. Alright, so let me bring you in here real quick. Pretty sure it's easy to tell. That is a really tight seam. So, anyway, that's what you're looking for. In this next little section, I'm going to show you how I actually glue this up. And it's also a really simple solution. So, alright, so what I've done here is I've just got these two cutoffs, just some maple, and we're going to space those out on top of our melamine and then drop our top in here. This does get a little bit finicky, but also make sure to draw some witness marks on there so you know exactly where to apply your tape, or I'm sorry, to line up the top. And then I'm just going to take some pieces of tape here and get everything lined up. You want to get them, the two halves pressed together pretty good. Get you a piece of tape on one end. Get around here to the other side. Making sure that we are still aligned. Go ahead and put a little bit of pressure in between the two pieces. Lay your tape down. And we're going to add a couple more. I'll say a couple, probably 4 or 5 more. And the reason that you want these two pieces elevated on the ends is that when it comes back up to the middle, it'll pull the two pieces together. Alright, time for the glue up. Using Titebond original, since we don't really need waterproof. All I'm going to do, I've got my two bar clamps set up here. And my melamine, I'm going to get some glue on here, and then get some deep C-clamps to clamp down on the center, along with a nice cutoff that's jointed on one side, that's wrapped in wax paper. I should probably get some wax paper on the melamine, even though the glue doesn't really stick. It's so nice that I don't have to clean up so much. Good glue there. Alright. Not need a ton of glue for this. Just make sure you cover all the surfaces. Just a wet rag. Just water. And I'm actually going to flip this over. All over the place. Just so I can make sure of what we got on this side. Kind of did it backwards, but it's fine. Okay. Seems pretty good, so I'm gonna get a little bit of side pressure, not much. pretty flat. So I might have, that's okay. Bar across. Take three clamps. Doesn't require much pressure. Just see people just reefing on this stuff. It's really not that necessary. So that's pretty much it. Now we just wait about 30 minutes to an hour and pop it out of the clamps. And then we've already got our body blank prepared. So we'll just get the surface prepped on this guy, and then we'll be gluing up the body in the next one. So I'll take you around here just a second. I'll show you. Again, sorry about the lighting. But aside from me fumbling everywhere, it's pretty simple. You don't need any fancy jigs or anything like that. A lot of people like making jigs. I don't. So anyway, catch you in the next one.